Hey, this is Aggressive Inline Level 5 Cannery. I'm Insidic, with me is Blank Tester, and you don't have to worry. The level's called Cannery, but it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, the name Cannery does not inspire hope, but you say it's good, and I'll take your word for it, and now I guess I'll find out. Oh, wow, yeah, I guess they do require that you kind of come back to these, whatchamacallits. What do they call them? Levels?
Yeah.
Okay.
They call them levels. Not missions. This isn't an FPS.
Oh, man.
Not sequences.
This isn't Call of Duty.
Right. Alright, so yeah, seriously, Cannery as a level name might sound like it's going to be absolute crap and like no fun at all. But the outdoors area, or at least the part that you have to start, the part that's not locked off, is pretty good. Behind you, there's nothing, but once I get out of this hallway, it really opens up. And just a little tip at the start, wall riding really becomes like key in this level to doing things, or at least doing things.
You're just knocking that guy around.
Again, I'm really bad at stopping close enough so that I could talk to someone, but far enough away that I don't knock him over.
But like he kept trying to stand up, and then your character was still standing there, so you just kept falling down.
I was just stomping on him.
That's what. Yeah, it's kind of what it seemed like.
So
Stomp the Nard.
There's a whole bunch of grind transfers in this level as well. Like pretty much all of the ones that we have, like ready to us are grind transfers.
Oh, that was dope.
And some of them are pretty annoying if you just try to grind. But if you think awesomely and you use everything you have, then they're pretty easy. We should really do one of those scare cam type things, except it's like reaction cam with your face. Because, I mean, seriously, this is why I don't let Blank Tester see the videos first.
No amount of jail time would make up for that. That is... If nothing else you did was a felony, that was definitely... that was definitely worth... I mean, you'd probably not even... They'd probably shoot to kill at this point.
But don't turn off now, because we do something pretty much that bad again.
In this level?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Now, okay. This is a really tough challenge because you don't have much, I guess, room to actually get the height and speed you need to jump over the platform. So again, this is another well thought out strat. Grind the rails to get a lot of speed, then curve over and use that speed to make it. And like when I play through the level on a character where I've just gotten to the level, I can usually get that within 5 or 6 tries. Whereas like when I was just pretty much just aiming myself at the ramp from across the level and going full on, it would take like 20 minutes. So like I said here, wall rides and Insidic strats will really help you through the level. I call them Insidic strats because, well, my name is Insidic, and
these are your strats.
My name is Insidic, and these are my strats.
And again, thanks to the video guide by LaHarlD2 that I used when I got really confused at stuff, but I made a couple of my own strats that I feel are a little better. So yes, you can use this Aggressive Inline LP as a guide. And I do recommend that you use mine, not just because I'm self-centered, but also because these are a little easier.
Although, frankly, it's mostly because of the first reason.
Yes, I'm very self-centered. Like another Insidic strat for grinding the lifeboat rails. There's no way you'll jump and make it to the lifeboat rails.
Right.
So what I do? Okay, that sounded a little too douchey for me.
Yeah.
Basically, just wall ride the wall, and that'll help you clear the gap.
Now here's a blank test. Wow, that was convenient.
More convenient than the half pipes in the Civic Center, or
I'd say less, not as convenient as that. That was definitely convenience and ease. I would say here's a blank tester strat for all y'all looking for blank tester strats, and this isn't really a strat for this game. It's more a strat for life. If you're ever hungry for a certain kind of food, and then you go to a restaurant and they don't serve that kind of food, then what you should do is cry, and they will eventually give you the food. Like when I went to Arby's and started crying, and they finally gave me fettuccine alfredo.
True story. I was with him. I don't know where they got the fettuccine alfredo, but they just brought it out.
You just cry a lot and they'll do it.
Anyway,
basically.
So this is an early look at the park editor. It's another one of those really unique challenges like in Industrial. Except all the stuff's made of ice, so you can only use it once. So really, unless you're really good at building something that is use once and dispose, that'll get you a lot of points. You don't need to get the points in the room. Just leave. Just leave. Go grind the rails a bit. Get 50,000. And just pray that in the actual level editor or map maker, they're not made of ice. I mean, maybe that's an option you can do, but I don't really see
how that's useful.
How well that's going to work. I mean, I was under a time limit to not only get 50,000, but to possibly build something that was going to, you know, let me get 50,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, wow. That looks like it would be very difficult to do right there, because it looks like those ropes are going right through your legs. Putting rope through your ankles, not a blank tester strat.
So we've pretty much seen the right half of this level a lot. And on the left half is this
Man-woman thing?
tuna boat with a guy with a skullet. I think that's what they're called.
Really?
Skull mullet.
I didn't know they had those.
Well, that's a hairstyle, not like a hair add-on.
Right. I mean, like, I didn't realize skullet was the name of something. I probably would have named a skullet after maybe a hairstyle where you had your head skinned and then you had, like, you know, you had a weave put directly into your skull, and you look like you're having some trouble there. That's basically my experience with the roller skates right there, in a nutshell. Just me standing there. Except, no, add on what happened to that guy, and you've got my experience with roller skates. That was about the first 3 minutes, and then I took him off and said, "Fuck you, Dad!" And then he scolded me, and that was it. That was the end of it.
He scolded you.
He was like, "Hey, at least you tried." And I was like, not worth it.
Very confined boat with a lot of stuff you have to try to do. You probably can't even see the harpoon from the bottom, so if you don't know what to do, it's kind of tough to find the harpoon, and this was one of the challenges where I'm finally just screw it. Also, more destruction.
I think the only way that this game's level of destruction could get better is if, like, after each time, hey, look, 549. After each time your character does something that utterly destroys the level, the camera zooms in on him and he just goes, "Ugh," and just, like, puts his hands up in the air like, "I don't care," and then, like, it just continues, like, every time.
Well, he does do a shuffle after every amount of destruction he causes.
That's true. He's
like the
just like,
cutscene
"Hey,
happens,
what do you
it
know?"
cuts back to him, and it's just like do 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 do.
Like, no big deal. Just, you know, destroying people's livelihoods.
I think the only way they could make more destruction in this game is if one of the levels was just like a giant city, and you could do something to destroy like each building or each
Grind
bridge.
the nuke! Like, You grind it flies through the air and goes off, and your character's like do 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 in the rubble, like
Grind the dynamite, collapse an entire building.
yeah.
Like, cause a domino reaction, takes out an entire city block. Your character starts shuffling afterwards.
Like, oh, that was so cool how I just totally destroyed those people's homes. And then he just kind of grinds on the wreckage. And of course, a random person will be standing there, like a kid will be like, hey, it was really cool when you killed my parents. You know, can you grind their bones? And you grind on their bones. And the kid's like, yeah, cool, 40,000 points. Challenge complete.
3 points, new area unlocked.
Yeah.
You unlocked the graveyard. Go wild. Destroy pretty much everything in there.
Everybody comes back from the dead just to cry. Like, they just come back not to get fettuccine, but because they were...
Aggressive Inline ultimate destruction.
Yeah, like, honestly, this game's destruction is reminding me of that Hulk game.
Ultimate destruction.
Yeah. Is that guy hopping on one foot, or is he
Yes.
missing his leg?
He's missing his leg, and we're going to do something nice for once. We're going to get it back.
Are we going to get it by destroying a building or
No,
something?
we're going to get it by floating.
Oh my god. Jesus.
I like that.
Jedi powers.
I like that you're in the background of certain cutscenes, but when you're just floating there, it's like, come on, game.
Yeah. come
Anyway,
on, Jedi powers.
so in each level, oh wait, too early. Of course, I miss a challenge on this boat because I always miss this. The captain's got another one for us.
Arr, nothing upsets an old seesaw more than having his harpoon fire prematurely. Now, go check that line for kinks, you clumsy sea pup.
Why is
I mean,
that guy
but of
making
course.
innuendo at you?
But of course, why not? This game is definitely pushing the boundaries of being like a T-rated game.
Is it T-rated?
Well, I certainly don't think it's M.
Yeah, that's true. He would have grinded a nuke by now at the Civic Center. I really think if they were going for like an M rating or trying to be the edgiest thing possible, that's what they would have done. Like, that's definitely what they would have done. You would have grinded a nuke or a bomb or something like that, and destroyed some kind of major, like, you destroy a knockoff Statue of Liberty by, like, grinding on the C4 wires that are connecting the base, like, around the base, and then just, the whole thing just comes apart, and then, like, the torch comes down and crushes a whole bunch of buildings or something.
A, why does the Statue of Liberty already have C4 on it? B, it's finally time to start getting keys for parts of other levels, because, as I've said, each level has a part that's locked off at the beginning, and you need a key from another level. Well, the Cannery has the key for the industrial level, so once you do this little jungle gym of pole vaulting
That was
and
freaking awesome.
pole vaulting and grinding back on, you get the key to the industrial after
That wasn't pole vaulting, that was pole swinging.
or pulse. Yeah, pulse swinging. I kind of wish they used vertical and horizontal poles a little more often, because from the first level on to like right there where it's pretty much mandatory. I mean, I tried just jumping on top of those things you had to avoid, but I think they're just a little too high. Aside from maybe getting one or two hidden yellow juice boxes with pole vaults, or maybe making something a little bit easier. You know, how often have they been used? I don't think they're very often. Now,
Not nearly often.
now they can be unfun because it seems pretty random. At least if you're trying to get height off of a pole. If you just want to jump to the left or the right, hold left or right, and you'll go that way off of the pole. But I mean, they can be unfun, but they can work as well. So that was the Cannery. That was much more awesome than a name like the Cannery would suggest.
Yeah, hell yeah. I honestly, like, you know, if I was kind of brainstorming ideas for a level, if somebody was, you know, I'm with the group and somebody says, like, okay, so what if we have this level where it's like a fish canning thing? I'd probably shut them down right there. Like, I'd just be like, no, that sounds gay. And they'd be like, but wait, I've got all these cool ideas about a harpoon, and I'm like, that's not a cannery. That doesn't sound like a cannery. And honestly, that didn't look like a cannery to me, but the level's called Cannery, so...
I mean, I have glitched inside of the locked off part of the cannery, and that is certainly much more of a fish processing plant. You'll see how easy it is to glitch this level in a bonus video. It really only took me like 3 tries once I knew what I was doing. But make sure to join the 2 of us for the next actual level, the airport or airfield. Okay, there we go. That one's also pretty good. Bye.